A couple weeks ago, video surfaced that Tony Stewart, famous NASCAR driver, fatally, killed one of the drivers on the track, Kevin Ward Jr. And after weeks of court investigations, he was not charged. So, how do you guys feel about that?
Well, I mean, I think the setup is at least they were in a race.
Yeah.
Kevin Ward got out of his car after an incidental bump. Yeah. I mean, he thought he was intentional. He was really angry.
Yeah.
And, unfortunately, he might not have taken the precaution he needed to in just being filled with rage at that point, stepped out and wanted to challenge Tony. And you've got cars flying by at 150 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, ed too close.
Yeah.
And
This guy, he's a young guy, 20 years old.
Was, yeah.
Yeah, it was a young guy. And, at that age, he just wasn't mature enough. Because if anything were to happen, you're supposed to wait in the car until safety personnel goes up to you. You can't just walk out of the car in the mid, race.
Right.
Yeah, but
And it's dark out. He's wearing a dark suit, dark helmet. Like, he nearly got scraped first by another car. But unfortunately, it was Tony Stewart who...
But the reports coming out, the investigation revealed that he had marijuana in his system, the toxicology. And, the investigation, they really looked at the video from like a whole bunch of angles.
Sure.
They blew it up, they enhanced it, so they saw that, they actually said that his car wasn't out of control until impact.
Exactly.
So they made all these, these judgments, looking at the video. So I thought they did a great job in the investigation. And if you look at Tony Stewart's press conference that he had, this guy looks really broken down. Like, he was sad, he was just disheveled. It looked like something that's going to bother him forever. So how can you charge somebody?
Well, I mean, I think the problem is, I think there would have been no real allegations formed if Tony Stewart didn't have his reputation.
Right.
Unfortunately, he's got anger management issues, and he's been one to lash out on the track, taking his helmet off, hitting different drivers.
Yeah.
He's charged cars before himself, so I mean that really kind of set the table for like, okay, is there a possibility that there was some intention involved? But thankfully, I think the right call was made.
Yeah.
I think it might be time for NASCAR to put some regulations out.
Yeah.
That's what followed.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said that
important.
Players can't come out of their cars under any circumstances.
Exactly.
No doubt.
And that's the right
And
move to go.
why is he racing? I mean, I don't know. He's back on the track. For me, I would be scarred a little bit.
He missed some races.
Well, he was scheduled to race, and he backed out finally.
He missed 3 races.
But after media had backlash, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So
no doubt.
he was going to go if it weren't for the media.
Yeah.